She's a diamond. She's a diamond girl. She's a diamond. Diamond, diamond, diamond.
Hi YouTube, it's Princess Diamond. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm showing you guys how to do jungle braids, and I will be using regular expression braiding hair. Now this braiding hair came in two different colors in the pack. It came with the color 1B and the color 30. And so I had blended this. This was for a previous client. I blended this and I had a little bit left over. So that is what I'm going to use to demonstrate these jungle braids for you guys. So here for the first braid that I will be doing, I'm going to show you guys how to do it with using knotless braids, or the knotless braid method. And so I have the sections of the hair already sectioned out, and so I'm going to part off the desired amount of hair that I am going to be braiding. Now you don't have to start these braids as knotless box braids. You can start it as traditional regular box braids. So I'll be showing you guys how I do that as well. Now I have so many videos on how I do knotless box braids, how I grip box braids. So I'm not going to go into too much detail on how I start the braid, because again, I have a lot of videos on that. So you guys make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out some of my other related videos that'll be a little helpful. So if you're using a different colored braiding hair than the natural hair, then you definitely want to be tucking the hair. I also have a video dedicated to how to tuck, so make sure to check that one out as well. But I will be using some Shine and Jam to help me tuck away the natural hair color. And you will want to tuck, because when you're pulling out the hair, you don't want to pull out the natural client's hair, so you want that to be tucked away, unless your client doesn't mind. But I feel like it would just look a lot neater if the natural hair was tucked away, and it helped with the longevity of the braid. So I'm tucking away the natural hair, and again, I'm using Shine and Jam to help that the natural hair to stay tucked away, or to help me be able to tuck it better. Once I've braided it down about 2 inches, then I'll start to pull out to give it that butterfly look. And I'm pulling out, you see where the last strand is above my index finger? I'm going to pull it out above that strand of hair. So I'm starting out on the right side. You can start out on either side, it does not matter, but you're going to alternate. So once I pull out, then I'm going to do 5 braids. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that'll get me on the opposite side. And again, I'm going to pull above the strand, above the last strand of hair. So there's the last strand of hair, and I'm going above that, and then I'm going to pull out, and make sure that you are pulling out the same amount. As you want to keep the amount that you're pulling out equal to each other. So doing another 5 strands, and now I'm going to pull out on the right side. And again, I'm going above the last strand of hair that I'm on. Now here I'm pulling with my right hand, and you can see that the hair is actually pulling from underneath my left thumb. So you want to make sure that you're loosening your grip just a tad bit, so that the hair can pull easily, but not come out. So you don't want to let it go completely, but just loosen up your grip. And so now I'm going to be on the opposite side, and again, I'm pulling on the left side, and you can see that the hair is pulling from underneath my right thumb. So you're going to loosen your grip just a little bit to allow that hair to pull easily, but not allow it to come undone. So I do this all the way until I get almost to the bottom. So I'm going to continue to alternate from left to right while doing 5 braids, and then pulling 5 braids, and then pulling on the opposite side. So continue to do that all the way through. Now, once you get past the client's hair, then you do not have to worry, obviously, about tucking the hair, so it becomes easier to just continue to braid and pull out the hair. But while you are on the client's hair, you want to make sure that you're only pulling the braiding hair and not the natural hair, because even if it's the same braiding, even if the braiding hair is the same color as the natural hair, you're still going to pull out that customer's natural hair, and you're going to make the braid not last as long. So for this style, I would recommend to always tuck, whether the hair colors are the same or different. That way your client's natural hair is towards the back or the bottom, and the braiding hair is on top, and it's easier to pick at the braiding hair only. Now, if you do pull at the client's natural hair, it's not the end of the world for this style. You don't have to start the braid all over. It will be fine and still turn out good. Again, that's just something that I would look out for and try to avoid pulling at the client's natural hair, just to help the braid look better, neater, and last a little longer. But if you slip up and you pull some of the client's hair, it's still fine. You can continue the braid. All right, so I clipped the braid up just so I can show you guys how I finish this braid when I get to the ends. As you can see, the further down you get, the thinner the braid will get, because it is pre-stretched. So you're not gonna have as much hair to work with pulling it. So the pieces that you're pulling out start to become thin. And basically, once I get to a point where it doesn't even make sense to keep pulling out the hair because it's not much left, then I will stop and just braid it all the way until I get to the very end. And I like to leave a good portion of braid that's not pulled out towards the end, just so that way I can be able to go back and dip the ends of the hair in, or excuse me, dip the ends of the braids in hot water so they can be sealed. But then also so that I do not have to dip the part where I pulled out. All right, so I showed you guys how the jungle braids will look if you started with knotless box braids. Now I'm going to show you guys that you can do the same thing with traditional box braids. So you guys will get to see me do it for the second time, but just starting it out differently. And so I'm just going to allow you guys to watch this one. I'm doing the exact same thing except for the beginning. I'm just starting it differently. If you're needing help with starting box braids, again, I do have a separate video specifically for how to start box braids, so make sure to check out my channel for other videos, and I'll try to, if I can remember, I'll try to leave those videos down in the description below so you guys can go down there and check them out. So I'm going to braid down the same length, and then I'm going to start on the same side, and again I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'll allow you guys to watch until the end. My strands of braiding hair started to not feel all even, so I started to borrow some from the thicker side to the thinner side, just so my braids can look neater. and more even. So that's what you're seeing me do there when I'm taking a little piece from one strand and taking it over to another strand of hair. So there you have it. It's pretty simple. It can add to your time of doing regular box braids, obviously, because you have to keep stopping and pulling out the hair. But this is how you will do jungle braids. And I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I do a lot of hair blends, a lot of braiding tutorials, and you don't want to miss what's to come. I love you guys. I hope you guys stay blessed. Stay protected, stay filled with love and peace, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.